The epoch-making Love World Festival of Music and Arts held in the continent of Africa, South Africa, Johannesburg, between April the 24th to the 27th at the Nazareth Exposition Centre. Believers came from all corners of the world to participate in this world-changing event. LFMA was a festival never before experienced on the face of the earth, showcasing the precious gifts and talents given to those in the Believers Love World nation. Appropriately tagged for this time and seasons to be Beyond Imagination. Ministers from around the globe crowned this event in Johannesburg, South Africa, by impacting the world through music and arts and touching lives for Jesus Christ. Global award-winning gospel ministers, dancers, comedians, artists, documentary filmmakers alike, photographers and fashion designers, just to name a few, came together from across the globe to glorify God at this epoch-making event through creative arts. The global festival lasted 3 days, and Johannesburg, South Africa, the continent of Africa, and the whole world could never be the same again. Today on my journey to LFMA 2015.
Hello, my name is Princess and this is my journey to LFMA 2015.
Hi, my name is Dumke and this is my journey to LFMA 2015.
Between October 2014 and February 2015, contestants came from all areas of the UK and Europe with their diverse gifts and talents to audition for their chance to take part in the Love World Festival of Music and Arts 2015 in South Africa.
The audition process was an interesting one.
It was like an experience, the same experience you see like in X Factor.
It meant a lot to me, and I worked hard. I've been practicing, left, right and centre daily.
I thought I wanna make my voice heard so that other people, it's almost like I'm saying what other people can't say. So I just want to kind of minister to people. So I thought this is a nice opportunity to do it.
We had artists, musicians, fashion designers, poets and so on.
I was in awe at the talent that we have in this ministry and just in this region alone. And we had people from all over Europe participating. We had people from France, I think we had from Ireland and Scotland.
There were 3 phases of auditions. Contestants had to make it through these stages in order to qualify for the main event in South Africa.
If I recall correctly, there were 3 levels. The first level was your church, just presenting to a panel at your church. So these are the people representing our church in the zone. Then there was the zonal one, and then finally the regional.
We had our auditions in Bermondsey. We auditioned and it was good, it was nice, got nice feedback, everything was good at the zonal level. And then we got our keys to say, oh yeah, you're going to the regionals. And then got to the regionals and I performed.
Pastor said, talk to me. For the past 2 weeks since you've been away, don't care right here has refused to wash the plates. Pastor said, really? Really, Mama? For the past 2 weeks you refused to wash the plate? Take it right now.
It was good, everyone liked it, the judges liked it, but then they had to select only 10 people. So they made the selection and my name wasn't mentioned. So obviously I was sad, went home, lying down, looking at the ceiling. I was like, God is good. Then the next week, I got a call on a Saturday morning to say, oh, is this Dumke? I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, you've just been selected to join the regional group. I was like, wow, thank God. So yeah, that's how I got to go to South Africa.
The first one, like I said, yeah, I was nervous because I didn't know the people I was going to meet there. So it was one of those things where you had to just, you know, have your game on, you get. So when I got there, I was still, you know, the first one. Then the second one, I actually was out of the country. So I came back that same day. So I went directly with my whole suitcase. I just did my thing, you know, with the keyboardist, and it was good.
I was backstage and there were contestants praying, so I joined them. And I remember God saying, I've put my voice inside of you, I've put my words inside of you, and it gave me confidence. And when I came out, literally, I felt like a small girl on a big stage. When I did it and I saw the reaction that the crowd had and the judges had, it really gave me a boost of confidence. Good feedback. And it really gave me a boost of confidence when I did it, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not the most confident person in the world.
It was tense because a lot of people were good. Like, I thought to myself, how am I gonna do this? And I had done a new poem. So after the auditions, I had started a new poem, and that's the poem that I did. And so I did that, and everyone was like, they were blessed by it, and the judges loved it.
But I'd always dare myself to trust it. Now, is that faith, or is it the concept of seeing is believing for you? In that case, why do you believe there's a pilot flying the plane you're in? Or the things that you read on the internet are facts?
No matter how prepared you think you are, going through the process of having this thing you think is so amazing, being evaluated by a set of people, independent set of people, neutral set of people, unbiased set of people, is intense.
It can turn your life around. No, 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 no. Yeah.
The judges were very helpful. They gave feedback. At least I know that some of the feedback I got, which I took on board, helped me to progress.
They had the whole check-in to see who would go through. And fortunately, I went through. And I was so excited. I was so happy.
First of all, I just want to say congratulations to everyone. You all have been absolutely awesome. So give yourself a round of applause. Your patience and everything has been absolutely awesome. But at the same time, it's been very difficult for obvious reasons because there's so much talent here today. But
what they do is the judges just tell you there and then, like if you made it through, and they give you some paper that says you're key to the next round. So yeah, it was like a proper audition. It was very professional.
The criteria for selection, in fact, everybody knew what was expected of them, from stage management to how you pull the crowd to your performance in general. In terms of the way you sing, the song itself, the backing track, your backing singers, the quality and message that your material carries. A lot of things were put into consideration. You see, your creativity and originality, I must not leave that one out. Originality was key, mainly for post-production and other things. Well, those were like the key things that were needed from these people. And a couple of people came and blew our minds. You know, a couple of people met the expectations. A couple of people were just below par. A couple of people, you will wonder, how did this guy make it through the zonal? auditions. But for me as a judge, it was a lovely experience.
After going through the various stages, contestants were excited, relieved and full of joy to have made it through.
When I got called to say, like, oh, you've been selected to go, I was very happy. Like, I was so excited.
I knew it was gonna be amazing. I knew it. Like, from the whole title, Beyond Imagination, like, you knew it was just gonna be like the best.
I tried comparing it to the usual X Factor, you know, like people watch and all of that. But I'd say it was bigger than that.
I had like a picture in mind, like it's like I pictured like Glastonbury in South Africa, like Glastonbury Festival, and I pictured crowds of people, just me performing in front of crowds of people, but at the same time I had no idea what to expect.
Before I left, everyone was like, oh, make sure you go and win and everything. And I had the mindset that I am not going for a competition to win anything. I am going to minister, and that's all I had in my head. I didn't see it as I'm going to get a prize for something that I've done wholeheartedly. I'm going to do something that I've done wholeheartedly and minister to people.
So the journey to South Africa begins.
So we travelled from Heathrow at like on the 19th, Sunday the 19th of April, at 7 in the evening.
The excitement was so much. I remember that day we all met at the airport and it was like, okay, this is happening for real.
We were just excited. Like, we got to the airport, everyone was excited. The plane, we were making noise throughout, we were shouting.
The flight was interesting. It was interesting because the group I was with, I knew some of them from prior. There were some people that I've never met in my life.
I didn't necessarily know everybody. I only knew like 1 or 2 people. But the fact that I went with people that I didn't know as well, I got to meet new characters.
We got to South Africa, we got off the flight and okay, it just dawned on me like, okay, we're here now, so let's get this happening.
When I landed, I was like, whoa. First of all, the heat kind of hit me first. The heat hit me. Like, in South Africa, yeah, it's autumn there, but their autumn is British summer. So you knew in South Africa who the UK people were because we were coming out in our summer shirts, our shorts and leggings.
When you see people from different countries holding their different flags, you're like, okay, I'm really here now. Like, it's an international thing.
As soon as they landed, it was straight to rehearsals. The real work began straight away.
We landed, went straight to the airport, to the hotel, and then we had to go, like, had to chill for like 2 hours and then go for the rehearsals.
The Monday we got there, it was straight to rehearsals, bang on rehearsals, as in from the time we got there, we stayed there and till like about 9 o'clock, and it was like every day, like we had to wake up early and straight to rehearsals. It was like Hotel Nazareth, and that was it.
I must say this, that was the most intense rehearsal audition I've ever. You know, the UK one was not like that.
Sometimes we'll be there from about 10, 11 till the late hours till like 9 o'clock. Sometimes we'll be there like throughout the whole day, and then there'll be days where we'll be there from like the morning till like about 3. At 3 o'clock we'll leave to go to the hotel and then come back in the evening.
Trust me, it was tense. It was really tense.
Literally, you're in the middle of where everything is happening, so everyone from Sinach, everyone literally sees you. And you can imagine going there not to, you know, be at your best. It won't be nice with it.
There were people who obviously auditioned like from other countries, and seeing the amount of talent in there was very inspiring.
So we worked hard, like UK, we made a name for ourselves.
With so much talent being represented from various parts of the world, the organisers had to do a further selection.
People tried to make sure they delivered well because they were still eliminating people at the rehearsals.
I thought I did really well. And then someone, like one of my mentors, came up to me and was like, "Sarah, were you tired?" Because that was not your best. I was probably bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh, why did I do bad? That could have costed me, you know?
I broke bread. And I drank grape cider as my wine, as my blood, as my communion when I was praying for it.
Well, I got told on that same day that I was doing singing on the daytime stage and the nighttime stage. And obviously my coordinator, Dickinson, preferred my usual song, the song I've been rehearsing for the nighttime stage. So she said, "Do you have another song?" I didn't have my music book. I have a lot of songs, but I didn't have the music book with me. So with the instrumentalists, we just got together and they literally just used their mouth to like give beats, and I was singing, and that was how I came about the verse, 2 verses, a chorus, the bridge, the vamp. It was, you know, I didn't think I would do it as good as I did it, you know, but God just, you know, made it happen, because when I auditioned it, everyone literally stood up and was shouting, and, you know, some people came to me and said, "You just made me cry." And I was looking at myself, I was like, if I told people I just wrote that song under 3 minutes, no one would agree.
I did it again, and I did it the next morning, I think. And I sounded so much better. Like, people even started coming up to me like, "Wow, was that you?" Like, someone came up to me and thought I was just music playing in the background. But they never realised it was, they thought it was music playing from a radio. And they came up and was like, "Wow, you sound incredible."
It was an amazing experience. Like, you get to meet new people, like you get to interact and socialize with different people, and like the fact that you're a performer and like you get to share your experience with other people, other performers and other artists. It's amazing, and yeah.
So Saturday afternoon, it was after the carnival, because we didn't even know there was going to be an afternoon session. It was the morning session, and then it was like, okay, we need to go on a break to watch the carnival. So that was when Pastor Chris came out, and it was the carnival procession or whatever it was long, it was like crowded. People were just wanting to jump on Pastor. Even see people who had to become protocols, like they were holding each other. Pastor was just smiling with his mask. We didn't know Pastor was not going to stay for long. So just as he was about to leave, Pastor Biodun Lawal just came backstage and was like, okay, I think 1 or 2 last acts, Pastor's about to leave. So she told, I think some dancers or something to go perform, and Pastor left. But the good thing for me was that when Pastor left, before he left, Pastor Biodun announced that no one should follow him. Like, only obviously the CEC went with him and some pastors, but the rest of the crowd should sit back. So it made me happy because the crowd was still going to be there. So when he left, the crowd stayed back. And for me, that was actually good because the comedian likes the crowd. So I got there, and Pastor Rita just looked at, like, when she was calling people to get on stage, she just looked at me, she looked away and looked at me again. I was like, you told me to climb on the stage. So I had to join a queue. At that point, my heart was beating, my throat went dry. Like, in fact, I couldn't even think. I was just like, oh my God, what's going to happen now?
When they sold him as a seed, do we all know the result? All the Pharisees, Sadducees, and all of them that they threw inside, that's the harvest. Praise the Lord.
Said the first joke was good. Said the second joke. In fact, it was after the second joke, people started shouting, like, woo!
Before I leave, I just want to give a quick advice to all my soul winners, right? I've discovered that one of the best ways to win souls is when you are flying, when you're on the airplane. You know, it's when you're at that point of no return. That's when everybody knows Jesus.
You know, when someone does something good and people are like shouting, like, wow, like, oh, it was vibely, like, it was so nice. Ah.
That stage was one of them stages you call the game on stage, you know. Today when I just think about it, and I just laugh to myself. The stage is massive.
And they told me to go on the stage, and I looked like I kind of had a peek at the crowd, and there was a lot of people there, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna have to go out there and smash it.
People were, you know, yelling, just screaming, and even when I called out for the UK people, and they all screamed.
My heart was beating. Oh my gosh. Like, I was, I don't know, like I had to try and like breathe properly because I was just like nervous and like, okay, like this is it. Like there's no turning back. I have to do this or not, that's it.
The journey from the auditions to South Africa has had a long-lasting impact on all of the contestants.
Ever since I've come back, it's been performance after performance. Like people have come to me and said, can you perform at this program? Can you perform at this program?
Since I came back, I've been putting a lot of work in my, you know, my music. And, you know, it's funny how I went there, you know, just me, my first time performing in front of Pastor Chris. And then I come out and everyone is literally asking, please, where can we find your album and stuff?
I've taken a lot of experience with like confidence, because before I could never come up on stage and like, talk to a crowd, but the more people there is, yeah, the more challenging it is. But as soon as I got on stage, I became confident. And I've noticed that whenever I go on stage with that same confidence, I smash every performance, and I'm glad I do.
I got many calls. I've gotten many calls. I'm still getting calls, by God's grace. People want me to perform at their events, weddings, birthdays, church programs. It has just been wonderful. Like, it has exposed me more.
Yes, someone said to me, when preparation meets opportunity, you give birth to success. So, like, you prepared. Like, there was opportunities, and the success was the people that performed and the people that had fun. So there we go. It was a successful program. It was beyond imagination, and loved it. Loved every minute of it. So thank you very much.
It was a wonderful one, I must say, because, you know, they made sure we had everything we wanted, financially, feeding, transportation, everything, needs were met. So we had no issues whatsoever and even when there was, you know, security alert, we always got information and we were groomed properly. So, and I believe that that can only be achieved when you have great leaders around you. So, firstly, I want to thank, just permit me to thank our coordinator, Deaconess Onye. She is an amazing leader.
Reverend Ray, I love him. I love him so much. Like, we got off the plane, and I didn't even know he was on our flight. We got off the plane. I was just like, hi, Reverend Ray. Like, how are you? Like, literally, like, he was just waiting for his bags, and most people took pictures with him.
Shout out to Pastor Chris. Thank you for the opportunity, for organizing such an event, for catching that vision for LFMA and bringing it to reality, and giving us a platform to express ourselves, you know, to show how vibely we can be, how talented God has made us. And thank you, Pastor, for the opportunity. God bless you, sir.
Epoch-making Love World Festival of Music and Arts held in the continent of Africa, South Africa, Johannesburg, between April the 24th to the 27th at the Nazareth Exposition Centre. Believers came from all corners of the world to participate in this world-changing event. LFMA was a festival never before experienced on the face of the earth, showcasing the precious gifts and talents given to those in the Believers Love World nation. Appropriately tagged for this time and season to be Beyond Imagination. Ministers from around the globe crowned this event in Johannesburg, South Africa, by impacting the world through music and arts and touching lives for Jesus Christ. Global award-winning gospel ministers, dancers, comedians, artists, documentary filmmakers alike, photographers and fashion designers, just to name a few, came together from across the globe to glorify God at this epoch-making event through creative arts. The global festival lasted 3 days, and Johannesburg, South Africa, the continent of Africa, and the whole world could never be the same again.